Saturday was, of course, the day when minefields became no more in the Falkland Islands. At the event to celebrate the beach at Yorke Bay opening, I went along and spoke to revellers and those who had helped with the demining project. We start off with the lead-up to the very last explosion.
You may wish to take part in the countdown. We'll put the microphone up, the radio near to the microphone. If you look over the top of the tent in the far distance, you should see a red flag flying, and that's the area where the demolition is going to be.
3, 2, 1.
That was so late though. Oh, I know. That was really cool. This is the fun.
We have literally just come across the fence mark to get onto the beach. I mean, this is absolutely lovely. Justin, when was the last time you were on this beach?
I think 1979 was the last time I was on the beach as a young child.
And, I mean, can you remember much of it? Has it changed? Is it the same?
Just vaguely remember the very large sand dunes that you can see here that sort of provide a bit of shelter today. But obviously when you're a child you remember things being much bigger. But it's amazing we've actually been able to get back on the beach after such a long time.
Was there ever a moment where you thought it was never going to happen?
Yeah, I think for many years where we were, as Emily Roberts said, we were taught to be very careful about mines. People just seeing such a big area like this with so much sand, people just didn't think it was possible to really clear the mines safely and be sure you'd got them all. But obviously the guys here have done an excellent job, and now here we are today on the beach. It's amazing.
And I mean, just looking at all this, there are hundreds of people here. I mean, this looks absolutely brilliant. I mean, how does this make you feel?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I mean, it's great that it's a huge area, lovely area close to Stanley that we can all benefit from. And after a lot of hard work, it's really good that we can all just come down here again and know it's safe and available for generations to come to use.
Well, thank you for postponing your walk onto the beach for about 2 minutes to chat to me, and I'll let you get on with it now. Thank you. What's your name?
Lovemore.
And how long have you been on the project here?
For 9 years.
And how are you feeling right now, seeing everyone walk onto the beach for the first time on this land that you helped to clear?
We feel very happy since these places were not being used because of the dangers of the mines, but now the locals, they are now happy also. You can even see how they are playing at the beach there. It's very good, fantastic.
And did everything go to plan today?
Yeah. It's very good today, although the weather was not all that favorable because it has been raining in the morning. I thought maybe this event was going to be disturbed, but it's now clear.
And what have been some of your favourite things about working on this project? Have you had any favourite moments while working on this project?
We never had any problems. Everything was fantastic except the weather conditions.
Well, the sun's coming out a little bit now. That's quite nice, isn't it? If you can find a sheltered bit.
It's good. It's nice to see the sun like this, just like in Zimbabwe. It's always hot, So if you see this weather, you think of our country, home. So good. You can even see we don't have gloves. We should have gloves if it is very cold, especially in the winter. I cannot stand here without gloves. Start to shiver.
And what's next for you now that the project is finished? Are you staying here?
Negative. We'll go home. Some of us are here, yes. They are now working here. But for myself and other guys, I think we are 9 of us. We'll be going back home. Then if the company have some other works, they will contact us and then we go there, no problem.
And do you know when you're leaving?
Yeah, we should be leaving end of this month. Depends on the weather. It's 27th.
And how does that make you feel, leaving after all this time?
Everybody will be happy, my relatives, my family, and myself too, to be home after 1 year, 3 months here. Because we wanted to finish to complete the mines and then we go forever. We leave everything clear. people of Falkland Islands using their lands for farming and some other activities like the beach. You can see that people are now swimming because it's now free of mines.
Nick Roberts.
Hello.
Can I grab you for a second?
Yeah.
Is that all right? Am I right in thinking you've never been on this beach?
I haven't. I've always been told by my mum what the beach was like, and it's always been one of those ones since I was a kid. We'd drive past or we'd be going out on a walk and I'd be told, God, it used to be the most lovely beach to walk on. It was never said in the terms of thinking we'd be able to walk on it, but here we are now.
And has it lived up to your expectation being on it now?
Expectation and more, really. It always looks big when you're out on the walk around the point, but actually you get down here and it is an enormous beach and it's just gorgeous. The dunes are just huge, and it's even better just seeing all the people on it and everyone going for a swim, and beyond expectation.
Now, what was it like? I mean, it might be difficult for you to explain, but what's it been like growing up knowing, minefields? They're just kind of, did you grow up just thinking, oh, it's just a regular everyday thing?
Yeah, it's funny. It was one of those where you don't it had never really occurred until you begin to realise it's not especially normal going to the UK, or actually once the mines start getting cleared, you think all of a sudden, like, oh, well, actually, yeah, of course it is a bit bizarre. And already it's kind of feeling even stranger now, knowing that they're gone. But like I say, hard to explain.
And Irena, you've never been on this beach either, have you?
No, I haven't.
And what was it like for you coming to the Falkland Islands and seeing, all the barbed wire fences and the signs? How did that make you feel?
It was a little bit strange because obviously I knew of the conflict, but I didn't realise quite how much of a long-lasting, impact things like that would have. It didn't even cross my mind that it could be mines until I saw the signs and heard about it. And obviously everybody that has been here is news but the penguins are doing really well because they don't set off the landmines, so the beaches are safe for them to breed on. So I was have a bit of a chuckle at that, but you don't really think you just don't even consider it before you come down here that it's something that could be out of bounds.
And how are you feeling now that, really there is nowhere out of bounds now in the Falklands, within reason?
Yeah, it's great. I think it's amazing. And like Nick was saying as well, you don't realise actually when you're looking at it from Gypsy Cove how big the beach actually is. And it's very exciting. It's great.
Sarah, you're not going in the water to join your lovely daughter?
Not today, no. I think I'll wait till it's a little bit warmer, less breezy.
You can't even be tempted to be one of the first adults to go in this water for the first time in X amount of years?
Look, there's an adult just over there. Oh, he beat me to it.
Big kid, I think.
Yeah, it does look gorgeous, doesn't it? It looks totally tropical down here, and it's so wonderful to be able to walk on this beach again. I was very small when I last walked on here, so it is been fantastic, and the turnout just shows how much that everybody's really appreciated the work the deminers have done. There's just a huge amount of people. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's so nice to see just so many people all over this beach and in the water and through the dunes, and there's some people really far off on the point already. That's impressive.
Right the way round. I think they started off over this side, and I guess their plan is probably just to walk the entire bay, which is really nice. And it's like you say, it's amazing to see so many people here. I was walking down thinking, I don't think I've ever seen a beach in the Falklands in my entire time where it's been as busy as it is today and have so many people on the beach.
So do you have a plan like those people? Are you going to do it, explore this entire area in one go, or are you going to keep it for piece by piece?
Well, I like to go out walking with my mum a lot, and she's away at the moment, so I'm going to wait until she comes back after Christmas, and then we're going to walk the whole thing.
How are you enjoying being on the beach, Zoe?
Cold.
Cold?
Yes.
You're not tough enough then.
Excuse me?
I take that back. So what are your plans for the beach? Are you going to go out and explore all in one go?
I feel like that we will be coming here many times now. The miners did a great job in it, and it's great for kids, so it's cold, but it's great for kids.
So, Blessing, It's difficult. I mean, everyone is really enjoying this. I haven't found a single person that has said this has not been a great day. But I mean, how have you found it?
It's been, I must say, it's quite emotional. Because when we came on to the beach, I mean, there's so many memories for us here. And I know I wasn't part of the clearing of the rest of the beach, but part of it, I was still with SafeLane before I got another job. But it's a very emotional time. And I must say, I never got to imagine all these people working on this beach. This whole beach is now open for people to do their dog walks and any other, so it's wonderful. It's a good feeling.
Now, we obviously keep saying that this is the first time in 38 years that people have been on this beach, but you and some of your team members, have you been here before?
Yes, of course. When we were clearing, sometimes, because like in my case, I had to map what people had done. So we had walked part of this beach, not all of it, but I'm sure the guys who remained, they walked all of it before we all did, which I think is a great privilege. Yeah, but it's good. It's a good feeling.
And were there any challenges? I mean, this beach, not to state the obvious, it's obviously very sandy. There's a lot of sand dunes. I mean, did that present any problems for the project? Have you ever been part of a demining project in sand before?
No. I actually, the Falklands was my first project.
Okay.
And all the other minefields we had done there, they had their own challenges, and sand was never really an issue. But here, sand was a big issue because, firstly, finding the mines under heaps and heaps of sand. Sometimes they were 20, 30 meters above the ground level, the expected ground level. So that was the biggest challenge, I think. And also, because it's very windy here, it's a lot of times you'd go back home and you have to remove all your clothes and you have sand all over. So yeah, it was exciting, it was challenging, it was everything, I'd say, yeah.
And so you're sticking around in the Falkland Islands for a while, for the foreseeable future?
Yes, I got a job here with the FIC, so I'm working on that for a while.
And your master's project as well?
Yes, in my master's project, which I was going to talk to you about.
Well, I'm sure we'll be seeing you very soon, and thank you anyway, and I'm so glad you've had a lovely day.
It's been a lovely day, thank you.
Lovely speech, Guy. I mean, end of the project. What else can we say?
This is such an emotional day for me. In that speech, I mentioned that I was here, back in 1988. Never really expected to come back, but never with a real feeling of having left with a job not done. 32 years later, I really have this amazing feeling that actually we've done it. We've done, we've gone through thick and thin trials and tribulations, and it's been remarkable. And so when I get to leave, it's a great feeling of achievement, but also a great feeling of sadness because I love this place and it'll be odd moving on from it.
John Hare, Technical Director. The event to reclaim the beach, I mean, it's almost done, but there are still some workers going up along the fence line I can see. What are they doing?
Okay, so we're just taking the last mine signs off the fence. And that's it really. That's their work complete.
So as soon as those last mine signs come down, and I mean, hopefully I'm right in saying that all the official paperwork's been done, so if anyone's going to cross barbed wire tonight and in the next few days, they're not going to be charged or prosecuted for crossing into a minefield anymore.
No, those minefields, well, they're not minefields now, are they? They're open. The beaches are open, that's great.
It's going to be a strange thing not referring to any of this land now as minefields.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Now, you finally got to Stanley, you said. When was it that you got to Stanley for the first time?
2014, yeah.
And do you think you will be back? Because you will be departing, not imminently, but in a short while.
Towards the end of this month, we should be going out. But yeah, I hope to come back. I hope to come back for a Liberation Day, one year with some colleagues from my squadron. There's plans afoot already for the 40th anniversary to get down, and so fingers crossed I'll be able to make it.
And I mean, to wrap it up, how are you feeling after today?
I can't tell you how happy I'm feeling, really. I'm over the moon, really.
Well, thank you so much for everything that you have done.
Thank you, and thanks to the community that supported us. Thanks to Falkland Island government, for the FCO for paying for it. But most of all, I want to thank my guys who have done a cracking job.
Falklands Radio.
Falklands Radio.